Hey everyone. Today we're going to tear down one of the biggest myths society tells us about our careers, a myth that so many of us have built our entire lives around.
And that lie is the idea that a 9-to-5 job is the safe, responsible path. You know the one, get a good job, get a steady paycheck, and you'll be set. But as we're about to see, that advice isn't just a little outdated, it's actually pretty dangerous.
So let's get right into it and unpack this great 9-to-5 lie. We're going to really deconstruct this whole idea that a traditional job equals security.
I mean, this is the promise, right? A steady paycheck, a predictable routine, maybe some health benefits. It all feels so secure. It's the life blueprint we've been handed down for generations. But what if that entire blueprint is just fundamentally flawed?
Well, here's the cold, hard truth. Your 9-to-5 job isn't just a little bit risky. It's secretly the riskiest business model on the planet. Yeah, just let that sink in for a second.
So you're probably asking, why? How is it so risky? Well, it all boils down to one simple and honestly terrifying concept, a single point of failure. The security you think you have is built on a foundation that's incredibly fragile. Think about it. Your entire career, your promotions, even your day-to-day happiness, it's all subject to the whims and opinions of just one person, your boss.
And your finances, the roof over your head, your ability to take care of your family, it's all funded by just one single source of income.
Which means your entire world is just one corporate decision away from total collapse. One budget cut, one unexpected email, and it can all just vanish.
Let's be real here. That is not safety. It's a high-stakes gamble. You're not resting comfortably in a safety net. You're playing Russian roulette with your entire livelihood.
You know, we're always taught to compare the safe employee with the risky entrepreneur. But what if we've got that completely backward? Let's talk about the hidden cost of trading away your time.
Just look at this breakdown. The 9-to-5 worker has all their eggs in one very fragile basket, a basket they don't even own. Meanwhile, the person we call risky, the entrepreneur, has spread their risk out. They have multiple clients, multiple income streams. If one client leaves, it hurts, sure, but they survive. So who's actually managing their risk better?
And here's maybe the cruelest part of this whole arrangement. When you're working a 9-to-5, every hour of effort you put in goes to build your employer's empire. The value you create scales for the company, but it never really scales for you. You're renting out your most valuable asset, your time, and rent never ever builds equity.
Okay, that all sounds pretty grim, I know. But if the old model is so broken, what's the solution? Well, this brings us to what I call the ownership imperative. It's the only real way to build true, lasting security in this day and age.
But hold on, I need to be crystal clear about this. This is not me telling you to go quit your job tomorrow. Absolutely not. That's just trading one kind of risk for another. The real answer is about making a strategic shift in how you think.
It's really a three-step path. First, you have to accept the truth. Your job isn't a kingdom, it's a crutch. Second, you start building something on the side, something that you actually control. And third, through that process, you gain ownership. And ownership is the only real security there is.
And what does building something even mean? Honestly, it could be anything. It could be developing a valuable new skill that isn't tied to your current employer, or creating a small digital product, maybe building a personal brand online. The specific what isn't nearly as important as the core idea. It has to be something that you own and control.
So let's bring this all home by redefining what risk and safety really mean. Because the path to freedom isn't found by avoiding uncertainty. It's found by embracing it, but on your own terms.
This is the final choice, isn't it? On one side, you have the illusion of safety, which is really just a leash, keeping you one memo away from collapse. On the other side, you have the power of ownership, which makes you untouchable. That's real freedom. The freedom to choose your path, your projects, your life. And that brings us to the central paradox of the modern career. Right now, the riskiest thing you can possibly do is to play it safe. Real security and true freedom are found by taking calculated risks and building something you actually control.
So after everything we've talked about, the question is simple. Are you really willing to gamble your entire life on the stability of one single employer? Just remember that 9-to-5 isn't a safety net, it's a leash. And the moment you start building something for yourself, the moment you begin to cut that leash, that's when you finally start living.